I'm Sean Filiatro. I'm a design lead here at Clio. Been here for about 2.5 years. My role is basically three-faceted. So I lead one of our product themes. So I help look at what the long-term vision is and evangelize that to the rest of the company. I work on one of our product squads, so I'm in the tools still, and I work closely with my product management and dev manager partners. And then I help grow the team. I work closely with the designers who report into me. I help coach them and through problems they're having, as well as grow them in their careers. Our customers are lawyers and people who own law firms. And lawyers are an interesting bunch. They're extremely entrepreneurial. 70% come out of law school and they start their own firms. And so they really struggle with, especially the administrative side, just keeping their heads above water. And that's where Clio comes in. So we help lawyers manage and grow their firms. We believe that diverse teams produce the best outcomes and the best products. We look for diverse backgrounds and perspectives, and while we consider ourselves diverse in many, many ways, the most obvious one is that half our team is female. I spent more than a year looking around before I chose the company that seemed to be the right fit for me. Some of the key things are just the focus on customer success. It means that we're constantly talking to our users, involving the process, visiting their firms, and that's very different. I came from an agency background where we had to fight for usability testing, let alone like discovery research. But people here really care. They really care deeply about one another. It's all about just being really open and being very, bringing our full self to work, and then giving really critical feedback to one another, and having that come from a place of safety, and a place of I want you to get better and you want me to get better. That entrepreneurial spirit and really wanting to not just execute on someone else's plan, but really drive it and help define that vision and execute on it. People who are great communicators, who ask really good questions. We spend, as I mentioned, we spend a lot of time in discovery and talking with our customers. So we want that person to be really engaged on that side. And we want designers who just like to prove that they're right and show that and do that through finding insights or facts or data that helps support that and helps them make impactful change. We've actually had an office in Dublin for 4 years, a little more than that, but it's primarily a sales, support, and marketing office. But we see a ton of potential in the EMEA markets. So that means could be making changes to the current product, designing brand new features or integrations, or maybe even building entirely new products. We don't know, and that's why we're growing the team there in Dublin, and we're expecting it to continue growing. We aim for all of our designers and the rest of our people in product to be working very, very collaboratively together. I try to stay away from email as much as possible, except for emailing our customers. But otherwise, yeah, we're completely on Slack. We use Zoom. Figma is great as a tool. Our team is primarily in Vancouver, Los Angeles, as well as Calgary. So the overlap is not quite there. There could be an hour or so in overlap. In our Calgary office, we have a Jamboard, which is how we collaborate really closely with that designer there. So we're always looking to grow our tools for distributed teams. And so this is actually a great opportunity for this role as well to help us really figure out how we can do that really well. There's a leadership trio for every product team. So a product team has a bunch of developers, maybe 6 or 7. And then there's a product manager, a product designer, and a dev manager. Each owns their own specific area. So PM owns the customer problem, design owns the solution, and the dev manager owns the build. But we're all equally responsible for working closely together, ensuring that we're highly aligned and we agree on the path forward so that we can build products that are of a high quality. For this role, the PM will be Tom Zion, who's a senior product manager. The dev side will be Mark Anderson. He's our director of engineering. And as far as their reporting line, they would be reporting directly to our director of design, Ernie Bin. When I started 2.5 years ago, I was the 5th hire, including our director, and now we're at 23 designers across marketing and product. And we just see that continuing to grow. Product is growing at an extremely great rate, and we're kind of in that hockey stick curve of the entire company really scaling up right now. And so we would hope that the senior role would eventually evolve into more of a lead role, so kind of a similar role to myself, where there would be multiple designers under them and they would help grow them in their careers and coach them and really lead that office. There's three parts to the process. So the first is a short portfolio review with myself or maybe another design lead. And that call is just, I want to hear a bit about your experiences, and I'll let you then drive and take me through one or two of your portfolio pieces. And the things I'm looking for there is what customer problem are you trying to solve? What business goals are you driving against? What process did you take to get to the solution, and why did you choose that, like specific activities? How you interact with customers, what you learn from them, and also how you know if your project is successful or not. The next step is a workshop with myself and two other designers. We take this step because we believe that recruitment is a matchmaking process. So it's a chance for us to see how you work, but it's also a chance for you to get to work with us and see if it's a match and see if we're aligned. The final step is another portfolio review, this one a little bit longer. And that's with a wider group of other designers, the PM and DM partners, that would be the leadership trio for that office, as well as the GM for the Dublin office. And that's followed up by one or two two-on-one interviews with your trio.